Hey, you guys, it's Jayla Dreams here. Welcome back to my channel. So, today, what I'm going to be doing, I am going to be doing a story time and making bracelets as well. And we're going to make clay bracelets today. I'm still doing the Valentine thing with the different color pastels or pinks, reds, whites, yellows. So we're gonna make bracelets today as well. So I'm glad you guys are here to join me. So I'm about to get right into this story time because the hate is real. Okay, the hate is very, very real. Before I do that, I'm gonna be using the pink. I got this out of my little kit. On my little case that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm so in love with these. If I can find more of these, I plan on making like a whole stack, like stack them up, glue them together and stack them up. That would be so cool. So I'm using pink and white. I'm probably gonna do red, and I'm also gonna do these pearl beads as well, so I can show y'all these pearl beads that I had got. I believe I got these off of Amazon. You can find them in your local craft, but I thought these was pretty cute. And these are smaller beads. I think these probably like 8 mm or 6. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So we about to get right into it. Okay, because all right. Do I even got some water? Because it's so much. And I'm using my bead spinner as well, my manual bead spinner. And I'm using 5 mm string. I'm using this as well. And I don't ever cut my string until the last minute. But what I'm going to do and how I do my clay bracelets, instead of cutting it every single time, I just string so many colors on one string. That's how I do mine. It's much easier for me. So when I get ready to cut my string, you know, I have all the bracelets I wanted to make, if that makes sense. But you guys, you'll see. So let's get into this story time. At this very moment, I was thinking about which way to go. So it was these girls at my job, right? So, okay, let me start here. So I was working in a plant, all right? And it was a plant for the government. Um, I don't want to say exactly where I work, but I will say it eventually because it's going to come out. But anyway, I was working at this plant and I had transferred over to another department and basically into another building. Okay, so I left the plant, I went to this building. Um, and it's like dealing with customers. You on the front line dealing with customers. Basically, I was a cashier. So I met these people that I work with. And that was pretty cool, in the beginning. And it's always like that in the beginning. Try to be kumbaya, cordial. You trying to learn. You be in training, try to figure out what you have to do. They showing you the ropes, what you need to do and all that. Let's just fast forward, okay? So I'm gonna fast forward. Excuse me, because I might need to get me some water. I might. So anyway, let's fast forward to this. So one of the girls had came. She had transferred as well, into this craft, as in being a cashier on the front lines. And we're just gonna say a clerk because I was a clerk. So we transferred from a different job. We came to this job, which is like a promotion, being a clerk, right? More pay, better hours, and we on days and dealing with customers, right? Everything was going great, like everybody was getting along. Um, until you have your ups and downs with coworkers. One try to backstab the other, and just a bunch of stuff. But let me just get to the point to where it just got horrible for me. Um, so I'm working. I'm trying to get along with everybody. Not trying. I am getting along with everybody. Um, I'm being honest. I'm being outspoken. I try to have my coworkers back. Anytime something go on, or just trying to help them out if they have a long line. Come back early, stuff like that, right? Well, this particular time, I have to talk about this because it's been on my heart. So this particular time, it was only three of us. It's supposed to be four of us at the front lines, let's say that. But this particular day, it was only three of us. So I'ma say one girl, I'ma call her um what should I call her? Little Evil. That's what I'm gonna call her. It's just crazy. Little Evil. And I'm gonna call the other one Biggie.
She's just a messy ass person, okay?
Okay. So Biggie and Little Evil um waited till I went on my lunch break. And so let me tell you guys, on my lunch break, our lunch breaks is supposed to be an hour. But you can do 30 minutes, you know. So I went on my little lunch break, and I decided just to do 30 minutes because one of the Little Evil was leaving early. And I guess she had to take care of some business. I don't know. But she was leaving early, and I didn't want my coworker to be left with a whole bunch of customers when I come back from off of our lunch. So I just decided, you know, just stay, do 30 minutes and then come back, right? So I come back from my lunch, and I came through the door, and usually the door slams. But for me, I didn't let the door slam. I kind of closed the door quietly, because they always talking or whatever, but they be whispering at times and texting each other. It's like a plot. I say like a setup. That's what I like to call it. But anyway, so I came back in from my little 30-minute lunch, and when I came in, she was like, "Oh,
Jayla, when you come in, like, don't you, like, take your 30-minute lunch, you clock in, and then you go and chill, and then you come back up for your lunch, like, up to an hour?"
And I was like, yes and no. I said, honestly, if I was like a few minutes late, and I'm just going to be honest, if I'm a few minutes late, like if I'm 5, 10 minutes late, I clock back in for my lunch. If I'm taking an hour, I would clock back in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, just to make up that little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't see no harm in that. And then I close anyway, you know? So I'm like, yes and no. So, I'm explaining, I'm not thinking nothing about it. And Little Evil was like,
Don't be doing that to us. We supposed to be one band, one sound. You know, that.
and I'm like, okay, well, maybe she not understanding. Like, where is this coming from? This is something I'm thinking to myself. And y'all, all right, something happened to my iPad. But so I come back in for my lunch, and she was asking all these questions. So I'm like, okay, to myself, it's like, don't read into it too much. You know, it is what it is. Everybody having a good day. We all getting along. So, it shouldn't be an issue. This is what I'm thinking.
At this point, you could tell I was just over it and sick of them hoes.
Why I was even thinking not to even be a certain kind of way, but I'm just trying to keep the peace. So I'm trying to explain to her by using another coworker that wasn't there at the time as an example. And I was like, just for example, if Nicholas took his 15-minute break and he did not come back until like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't say anything when y'all don't take your breaks. I don't worry about how long you be going on your breaks. Just when I come back, don't say nothing to me when it's time for me to take my break. You get what I'm saying? So she like,
Oh, do that to Nicholas. Don't do that to us. That ain't
right, but they do it all the time. So I was like, well, look, in the book, it states that lunch is an hour. I do not care what y'all do on y'all lunches and y'all breaks. I'm not the supervisor. I'm not clocking what time y'all coming in and what time y'all going out. What's the issue? What's the problem?
This
And
is when the
I'm
shit start
laughing.
to get bad.
Excuse me, I'm laughing. And Biggie, she laughing too. She got what I was saying. So, we all laughing except for Little Evil. And Little Evil was like,
Wait, what's that? What's up? Where's this energy coming from? It's like this job just hired any fucking body. The ghetto.
she was like,
Oh, don't. No way about it. With that, they'll be doing that. You need to watch what you say to people. You swear I'm grown, I got kids.
she decides to jump the up in my face. The shit is about to hit the fan. And it was so much going on in my mind at the time. Off her shoulders, but you know what? You know what I did? Nothing. Because first of all, it's a professional setting for one. Two, I had a boot on my foot. Three, I'm not about to lose my job for some raggedy. You know what I want to say. And then it was just chaos after that. And we like, it's not even like that. Look, Biggie over here like,
what's going on? Calm down. It's not even like that. I don't think she was saying anything like that. But let me tell you about Biggie.
Biggie was the one who started this shit. Okay. I'm thinking Biggie is my quote unquote friend or associate at a job, and I only been there for 8 months. Let me remind you, at that location for 8 months, and it's been 8 months of hell. Okay, I got so many stories to tell y'all, but this story right here, it was just like I gotta tell it. 8 months of hell. Okay, and it was just so. It was so disgusting. So, I caught myself just leaving out the doors for a minute to cool down. Little Evil, like,
There she go, grabbing her phone. About to call the supervisor. She about to call and tell the supervisor like she did last time about what's going on over here. And what's up? Like,
it was just the point that she jumped up in my face. And it was just like, I grown so much. If I was my own self, I would have, you know what I'm saying? But I had to think about it. Like, this person is lost. This ghetto ratchet, ignorant. The ignorance of it all. And I'm older. You know what I'm saying? I'm older. And they in their mid to early 30s. It's like, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. And I don't know what was they was trying to accomplish. But the first thing that came in my mind was, after all of that, it was like we was all having a good day this whole day. These 3 or 4 was trying to set me up. I know what I got going on the outside of work, And people don't be thinking about that. Like, you don't know what people got going on the outside of work. And it could be a lot. So I'm like, okay, all right. What I'm gonna do, Lord? What am I going to do? After that, I told myself I would never. People at my job is not my friends. Especially I hate to say it. I'm not saying every single person because I have met some good people at my job. I have. I will say that I have met some beautiful people at my job. I definitely have. And I do consider them as a friend or associate. But one thing I would say, they did not stop my growth and my shine and who I am. Because if I would have just let that stop me, change my perspective of what I was trying to do in life at that moment, and just lost everything over words. But not only words, when somebody jumping in your space, I was saying that I was being tested because the old me would have turned around now. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, with no problem. But that let me know I came a long way. And some people had to follow name. You know what? Until they get to understand, like, that's not the way to go. How you carry yourself as a woman, or you call yourself a young lady, a young woman, you don't carry yourself as such. And to me, in the black community, with these jobs and these people, they worry about the wrong things. They worry about how you look, how you dress. Instead of just coming to work, do your job and go home. Or try to move up in the company if it's room to move up to improve. Do something different. They worried about
Who you sleeping with? Who you talking to? Who your friends is? They worry about the wrong things.
they worry about the wrong things. And I learned I just go to work and try to move on. And my message about that is everybody is not your friend. And when they see that you moving, you doing what you're supposed to do, they be so envious and jealous and callous. And it's like, don't let them people stop you. Don't let them stop you, because it was times that I broke down. Like, I was crying, y'all. Like, I was so stressed and so depressed. It just, ugh, it made me sick to go into that job dealing with them. Every time I had to go home, I had to talk to somebody over the phone, a therapist, because it was just so mentally draining for me. And it was hard. Like, I wanted to punch them people in the face. And it was like, it's so hard, but I can't. I can't do it the right way. And it was just, I learned that it's always going to be somebody out here that don't like you. It's always going to be somebody at some type of job that see your shine, your light, you know, trying to tear you down. Try to make it seem like that they above you. And they try to make it seem like, you know, you's nothing. Or you gonna listen to me like they run something, and they don't run a thing. There's always somebody trying to steal your light and your shine. But guess what?
You are God's child, and ain't nothing that they can't do. It don't matter what they say and what they do. You still gonna shine through.
Still gonna shine through. So that is my message. Especially dealing with these jobs and these raggedy ass, I hate to say it, I'm sorry to say it, Lord, but these raggedy ass employees, co-workers that you work with, to especially the ones that I was working with, to they don't have a clue. Because guess what? Karma always come back around. Always. Okay?
And what you do to one person, oh, you're gonna get it back 10 times worse. You might not get it back today or tomorrow, but karma always waiting for you at the door, baby.
Ain't these so beautiful? These are so cute. So, 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 so cute. But yeah, that is terrible. That is definitely terrible, y'all. That's all I have for the story time that I wanted to do because I just could not understand why. And just continue making these bracelets, y'all. I just could not understand. Just it did something to me. It did something to me.